Y'all, it looks like Rasheeda Frost might be stepping into a whole new era, and the internet is losing it. Word on the street is that some very personal DMIs, allegedly from Rasheeda's own Instagram account, just leaked. And what's inside has fans wondering if the boss chick herself is finally moving on from Kirk Frost once and for all. Now, before you clutch your pearls, let's be clear, these aren't just friendly messages. No ma'am, the screenshots floating around show flirty emojis, late-night replies, and a man whose name has not been seen around Rasheeda before. Some fans swear they've already identified him, while others think this might just be Rasheeda's way of sending a message to Kirk. Two can play this game. You could almost feel the tension building online as the leaks started spreading like wildfire. It started with one fan account posting a blurry screenshot captioned, "This ain't no business D." Within minutes, Twitter, or should I say X, was flooded with speculation. Has Rasheeda finally had enough of Kirk's drama? Is she really entertaining someone new behind the scenes? Or is this just another messy misunderstanding that love and hip-hop cameras are about to turn into pure chaos? But here's where it gets even juicier. Sources close to the Frost family say Kirk saw the DMs before the public did, and apparently he did not take it well. One insider claimed Kirk went off, accusing Rasheeda of trying to embarrass him. But instead of denying it, Rasheeda reportedly said something that silenced the room. "You've been embarrassing me for years, now you wanna play victim." The shade, the history, the karma? Fans immediately split into two camps. Some are cheering Rasheeda on, like, "Yes sis, do you?" Others think the whole situation might be revenge gone wrong. But everyone agrees on one thing: Rasheeda's messages didn't look innocent. Those heart emojis, the winky faces, the wish you were here text. Oh, it's giving single energy. And if that wasn't enough, the person she was allegedly messaging isn't just anybody. Rumor has it, he's a familiar face in the Atlanta scene, a music producer who's been working with some of the hottest up-and-coming artists. And get this, he's reportedly been in the same circles as Rasheeda and Kirk for years. So what really happened behind those messages? Did Rasheeda actually step out? Or is this all part of a deeper plan, maybe to teach Kirk a lesson or stir up buzz before a new project? Either way, fans say the boss chick might finally be taking back her power, and this time, she's not playing nice. Stay tuned, because as the story unfolds, we're diving deep into the leaked messages, Kirk's reaction, and the behind-the-scenes chaos that's got love and hip-hop fans losing their minds. This is one drama you don't want to miss, because when Rasheeda moves, it's never by accident. Alright y'all, let's unpack this mess, because when it comes to Rasheeda and Kirk Frost, nothing ever stays quiet for long. So here's what we know. Everything started late one night, when an anonymous gossip account dropped a series of blurry screenshots on Instagram stories. The account claimed they were from Rasheeda's close friends list. Now you know, when someone says close friends, the internet goes crazy. Within minutes, fans were zooming in, decoding usernames, and trying to match times. One of the screenshots showed a DM that read, "You still up?" followed by a red heart emoji. The reply from a verified account belonging to a popular Atlanta music producer said, "For you, always." That was it. No names, no receipts beyond that. But that was all the internet needed. Fans started piecing things together. The time zone matched Rasheeda's activity hours, the font Instagram's new DM look, and one screenshot even had what looked like the corner of Rasheeda's profile picture. That signature glam selfie she posted earlier that week. Within hours, hashtag Rasheeda DMs and hashtag BossChickLeaked were trending on X. People were posting reaction memes left and right. One person tweeted, "Rasheeda said, if Kirk can do it, so can I." Another fan wrote, "I don't even blame her. Kirk had this coming." But not everyone was cheering. Some fans felt like the whole thing was a setup. One Love and Hip Hop viewer posted, "These leaks look too clean. Somebody's trying to frame Rasheeda or promo something." And that's when the plot thickened. A few hours after the leak, Kirk went live. Yep, you heard that right. He hopped on Instagram Live, looking furious, pacing around the Frost Bistro kitchen like a man possessed. His voice was low but sharp as he said, "Y'all need to stop believing everything you see online. People trying to mess up my family. That's my wife. And we good." But fans weren't convinced. His energy didn't scream "we good." It screamed "I'm about to blow up." One fan even commented, "If y'all were good, you wouldn't be live defending yourself. You'd be chillin' with your wife." Meanwhile, Rasheeda stayed silent. Not a post, not a story, not even a cryptic quote, nothing. And you know what silence means in celebrity world? Either damage control or preparation. Fans started flooding her old posts with comments like, "Sis, blink twice if you're done with Kirk. and Boss Chick 2.0 coming soon. Then, around midnight, Rasheeda finally broke her silence. Well, kinda. She posted a black screen with the words, "Everything ain't always what it looks like." That was it. No caption, no tags, no context. And the internet exploded again. One fan said, "That's not a denial. That's a message." Another wrote, "She tired of playing the perfect wife." But here's the real twist. A source close to the couple told a popular gossip blog that Kirk did confront Rasheeda about the DMIs before she posted that story. According to them, he asked her, straight up, "You got something to tell me?" Rasheeda allegedly replied with ice-cold calm, "You didn't tell me about Jasmine until everybody else knew. So now we even..." Boom. The internet went up in flames. Because if that's true, that means Rasheeda might actually be getting even after all these years of public embarrassment. Remember, she stood by Kirk through every scandal, the cheating, the secret baby, the on-camera drama, the endless rumors, and now, for the first time, it looks like she's the one flipping the script. Fans started flooding comment sections with hashtag Team RASHEEDA and hashtag BossEnergy. Even celebrities jumped in. One reality star tweeted, "I love a woman who knows her worth. Rasheeda, been too loyal." But here's where things took a darker turn. The alleged man in the DMS, we'll call him DI, suddenly went private on all social platforms. People started speculating that maybe he wasn't supposed to be exposed. Some claimed D and Rasheeda had been working together quietly on a new project for Frost Bistro's branding, but others believed that branding was just the cover story. An anonymous insider, supposedly from D's circle, claimed that Rasheeda and D had been friends for years. But things got closer after one of Rasheeda's recent music events. They said, they were texting all night after the show, and the chemistry was obvious. Everybody saw it. And if that wasn't messy enough, Kirk reportedly confronted D at a private Atlanta lounge 2 nights later. Witnesses said voices were raised, drinks were thrown, and security had to step in. One bystander told a local blog, Kirk looked like he was about to swing. Rasheeda wasn't there, but her name was on everybody's lips. The next morning, Kirk unfollowed Rasheeda for exactly 2 hours, then followed her back. But in those 2 hours, fans noticed. They screenshotted, reposted, and dragged it into every gossip forum online. Meanwhile, Rasheeda posted a boomerang of herself sipping wine with the caption, "No tags, no explanation, just pure boss energy." Fans went wild. One wrote, "Girl, the internet's on fire." Another said, "She too calm." That's when you know she done. At this point, everyone wanted answers. Did Rasheeda cheat? Was it just friendly banter? Or was this all part of a publicity move for an upcoming love and hip-hop season? Because let's be real, this kind of timing isn't random. The new season was rumored to start filming just a few weeks before the leak. Producers love controversy. And this one had all the right ingredients: betrayal, power, revenge, and social media meltdown. Still, fans who've followed Rasheeda for years swear this time feels different. It's not giving promo stunt, it's giving "I'm done protecting my image." Rasheeda's longtime followers say she's been moving more independently lately, running her businesses, traveling without Kirk, even making solo appearances at events where they used to show up as a couple. And now, with these leaked DMIs, fans are connecting the dots. Could this be Rasheeda's quiet exit from the marriage? Or is she just reminding Kirk that she still got it? Because one thing's for sure, the boss chick always moves with intention, and nothing she does is by accident. As one fan perfectly put it, Rasheeda don't move unless there's a reason. If she's entertaining someone new, Kirk better start sweating. And baby, from what's coming next, he definitely does. So while fans were dissecting every emoji and timestamp from those DMIs, Kirk was reportedly on full damage control. According to someone close to Frost Bistro staff, he showed up at the restaurant looking heated. He didn't speak to anyone, just went straight to the back office, slammed the door, and stayed there for almost 2 hours. When he finally came out, witnesses said his jaw was tight, and he looked like a man who had just been served a dose of his own medicine. One of the servers later spilled in a now-deleted TikTok. He looked mad but more hurt than angry. Like, for the first time, he realized what it feels like to be embarrassed. Meanwhile, Rasheeda was spotted out in Buckhead with her girls, full glam, designer shades, laughing like she didn't have a care in the world. And, of course, the paparazzi caught it all. The photos went viral immediately. One headline read, "Rasheeda steps out smiling amid DM scandal. No Kirk in sight." The fans couldn't get enough. The comments were wild. "That's the face of a woman done pretending. She glowing. That's post-Kirk piece right there. Sis said I'm booked." blessed, and possibly booed. But just when people thought Rasheeda was about to publicly cut ties, she threw another She dropped a new line from her pressed boutique called Unbothered Energy hoodies, hats, and even phone cases with the slogan printed across them. Fans immediately connected it to her unbothered caption from earlier that week. Coincidence? Please. Sales skyrocketed overnight. Her site even crashed for a few hours. And that's when a few fans started wondering, was this whole situation a chess move? Because if there's one thing Rasheeda knows how to do, it's turn drama into dollars. Still, things at home weren't nearly as smooth as her Instagram feed. According to a production assistant from Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, filming that week was tense. Kirk and Rasheeda reportedly showed up together but barely spoke a word on set. The assistant said, "You could feel the tension." Kirk was sitting in the corner scrolling through his phone, and Rasheeda was pretending like he wasn't even there. Producers were whispering, trying to figure out if they should bring it up on camera. And baby, they did. During one scene, a producer allegedly asked Rasheeda directly about the DMIs. She paused, took a slow sip of her drink, and said, "Everybody got something to say about Rasheeda, but nobody checks the man that made her this way." The room went silent. Kirk tried to jump in, saying, "You know how the internet be. People make stuff up." But Rasheeda looked him dead in the eye and said, "Didn't you say that when Jasmine popped up with a baby?" Kirk went quiet. Cameras caught it all. That clip, though not officially released, supposedly leaked online through a crew member's burner account. Fans described it as the most real moment Rasheeda's ever had on the show. One person tweeted, "You could hear years of pain in her voice. She's tired of saving him." And honestly, can you blame her? Rasheeda has been through public humiliation, memes, and judgment for years, standing by a man who's repeatedly tested her loyalty. Now, for the first time, it seems like she's flipping the narrative. But things took yet another shocking turn when D, the rumored guy from the DMS, suddenly resurfaced online. His Instagram, which had been private, went public again, and he posted a mysterious story, a black and white selfie, with the caption, "They only mad because she finally smiling again." Phew! That one post sent the internet into a frenzy. Fans were tagging Rasheeda, begging her to confirm the connection. Even blogs jumped in, with one headline reading, "Rasheeda's mystery man speaks, is this confirmation?" But Rasheeda, silent again. No response. Not even a like. And that silence spoke volumes. Meanwhile, Kirk was reportedly spiraling. Sources claim he started calling people Rasheeda worked with, trying to find out who leaked the messages. At one point, he even accused one of her employees at Prest of selling screenshots to the blogs. The employee later went live, crying, saying, "I would never do Rasheeda dirty like that. She's my boss and my mentor." Fans started dragging Kirk for trying to play detective instead of taking accountability. One viral tweet said, "Kirk, doing too much. Maybe if he treated her right, she wouldn't be texting nobody." By this point, the story had crossed into mainstream gossip outlets. The Shade Room posted it, Hollywood Unlocked reposted it, and even some of Rasheeda's castmates started dropping subtle shade online. Carly Red commented under one post with the eye emoji, and fans immediately took that as confirmation that the drama was real. Then, out of nowhere, Mama Shirlene, Rasheeda's mom, entered the chat. In an Instagram live that quickly went viral, she said, "My daughter ain't do nothing wrong. She been loyal, she been patient. But everybody got a breaking point. Y'all keep playing with her and see what happens." Fans were eating it up. One comment said, "Mama Shirlene always gone ride for Rasheeda." Another said, "When Mama Shirlene step in, it's serious." But Kirk wasn't having it. The next day, he posted a cryptic quote on his story, "A real man don't have to prove nothing to nobody." Fans dragged him instantly. "Real men don't cheat either." One person replied. Another said, "You just mad she flipped your own game on you." Still, the tension between them wasn't just online, it was seeping into their family life too. Their oldest son reportedly unfollowed Kirk for a short time, and fans noticed he liked a post that said, "Protect your mom from generational embarrassment." By this point, Rasheeda's silence had turned into power. She wasn't explaining herself, wasn't defending, wasn't crying on camera. She was moving different. And fans noticed. The energy had shifted. People started calling her the new Rasheeda, the version that doesn't beg for respect, doesn't argue with cheaters, and definitely doesn't let a scandal ruin her bag. One viral TikTok edit even compared her glow-up to Revenge season Beyoncé energy. But behind the glam, insiders say there was still a lot of hurt. A close friend reportedly told a gossip outlet, "Rasheeda's been through hell behind closed doors. People think she's cold, but she's protecting herself now. She gave Kirk chance after chance, and now she's realizing she doesn't owe him grace anymore. And that's when the biggest shocker hit. Rasheeda was spotted at a private event in LA without her wedding ring. Paparazzi photos showed her laughing, holding a champagne glass, looking carefree, but the ring finger was bare. That photo broke the internet. Fans were screaming, "That's it. It's over. The ring's gone." She said, "Single energy," and meant it. This the soft launch of her new era. And maybe they were right, because soon after, Rasheeda posted a short reel with the caption, "Sometimes peace means letting go." Kirk, on the other hand, posted absolutely nothing. For once, the man who always had something to say, had gone completely silent. The blogs, the fans, even other Love and Hip Hop cast members were all waiting to see if this was the end of the Frosts as we know them. But Rasheeda wasn't done making moves. In true boss fashion, she took all the chaos, all the speculation, and turned it into power. She announced a new single dropping soon, titled, "Wait for It, DM Me Back." The lyrics, let's just say they didn't sound like a woman clinging to the past. One snippet leaked online had her rapping, "You had your chance, now I'm good on that. I leveled up. You can't DM me back." And just like that, fans started saying what we've all been thinking, Rasheeda might not just be done with Kirk. She might be done being the loyal wife altogether. Because this new energy, it's dangerous, confident, and dripping in I finally realized my worth vibes. And if the leaked DMs were the spark, Rasheeda's next move might just be the fire. Now listen, if y'all thought Rasheeda was about to let this storm pass quietly, you clearly don't know the boss chick. Because the days that followed the DM scandal, absolute chaos, and she handled it like she had been training for this moment her whole life. First off, let's talk about the timing. Just as everyone was still obsessing over the missing wedding ring photos, Rasheeda popped up at the Bet Hip Hop Awards alone. No Kirk in sight, no couple goals moment, just Rasheeda, glowing from head to toe in a black velvet dress that hugged every curve, with diamond earrings that practically blinded the cameras. The blogs went insane. The Shade Room reposted her red carpet look with the caption, "Rasheeda Frost steps out solo amid DM controversy. Fans say she's in her boss chick era." The comments section, "You, pure flames. Kirk somewhere punching the air. That's the look of freedom. She don't need no man. She is the man." But the real shocker came backstage. Multiple sources claimed that Rasheeda was spotted chatting it up with none other than D. Yes, the same mystery producer from the leaked DMIs. Eyewitnesses said they looked comfortable and very familiar. One insider whispered, "He wasn't just saying hi. That man was leaning in, making her laugh like he knew her way too well." Now, that could have been innocent, but when Rasheeda left the event, fans noticed D walking out the same exit not even 5 minutes later. He wasn't on the carpet, wasn't part of her entourage, just there. The next morning, gossip pages were on fire. One headline screamed, "Caught again. Rasheeda and her rumored mystery man leave Bet afterparty within minutes of each other." And just like that, fans were divided all over again. Some were like, "Go off, Queen, do what you gotta do." Others said, "She playing with fire, Kirk ain't gonna handle that well." And oh, baby, Kirk did not. According to production insiders, he showed up to Love and Hip Hop filming the next day in a full-blown mood. Cameras reportedly caught him snapping at crew members, slamming his phone down, and refusing to film any joint confessionals with Rasheeda. At one point, producers allegedly asked him, "Would you like to address the Bet situation?" And Kirk snapped, "Address what? Y'all never asked her to address what she did to me for years." He stormed out mid-scene, and word is, he didn't come back for the rest of the shoot. Meanwhile, Rasheeda, cool as ice. Sources said she showed up on set the following day looking flawless, nails done, hair laid, new outfit from her pressed collection. And not a single worry in sight. She filmed her confessionals like nothing was wrong. When producers brought up the DMS again, she smiled and said, "People always want to tell my story. I'd rather show them." That line alone, fans later turned it into a trending sound on TikTok. "I'd rather show them." The girls were lip-syncing, the edits were rolling, and Rasheeda's brand just went through the roof. But off-camera, tensions between her and Kirk were boiling. One night, a fan spotted the two of them at Frost Bistro sitting on opposite ends of the restaurant. No smiles, no conversation, just awkward silence and bad energy. Another diner said, "You could tell they were trying not to make a scene, but the air was thick. Like, you could feel the pain." Not long after, Kirk posted a cryptic video from his car. No words, just him looking out the window with the caption, "Real love ain't easy." Fans were quick to point out, real love also ain't disrespectful. Then, in a move that shocked everyone, Rasheeda dropped another bombshell. She unfollowed Kirk on Instagram. You know, in celebrity world, that's basically a breakup announcement. Screenshots flooded the internet immediately. Blogs went into meltdown. Hashtag Rasheeda unfollows trended within an hour. One fan said, "First the ring, now the sis done." Another commented, "She cleaning house. Next stop, divorce court." And the craziest part, Rasheeda didn't stop there. She unfollowed several mutual friends to people who had known both her and Kirk for years. That's when rumors started swirling that someone close to them had actually sold the leaked DMs in the first place. Now, here's where things get wild. Remember that anonymous account that first posted the DM? They suddenly reappeared with a new drop, this time, voice notes. They claimed it was Rasheeda's voice, recorded during a late-night conversation with a friend. The clip was short, but you could hear her saying something like, "I'm not the same woman I was back then. I'm not crying over no man ever again." The moment that hit the blogs, fans lost it. Some said, "That's definitely her voice." Others said, "Nah, that's AI. They faking now." But the timing couldn't have been worse for Kirk, because the narrative was already against him, even though nobody could confirm the authenticity of the clip. It added more fuel to the fire, and Rasheeda's new song, "DM Me Back," started climbing the charts before it even officially dropped. Coincidence? Not at all. The snippet she teased, "You had your fun, but I'm done playing nice. My piece too expensive. You can't pay that price," hit millions of views in just 2 days. And while the internet debated whether she had really moved on, Rasheeda was seen stepping out in LA again, this time at a private dinner party hosted by none other than Candy Boo. Paparazzi footage showed her laughing next to a group of friends, and guess who was there again? Yup, D. The blogs were relentless. One outlet even posted side-by-side shots of Rasheeda and D leaving in the same SUV, though no one could confirm if they actually left together. Still, that didn't stop fans from jumping to conclusions. "Kirk, better log off and go meditate," one person joked. "Rasheeda finally living her best life and I love this for her," another commented. By now, the story had completely flipped. What started as a scandal was turning into a rebirth. The narrative wasn't Rasheeda cheating anymore. It was Rasheeda finally reclaiming her power. But that didn't mean the tension was over. Word on the street is that Love and Hip Hop producers are planning to make the DM scandal the central storyline of the next season. Contracts were reportedly updated. Scenes are being reshot, and producers are pushing for an emotional sit-down between Rasheeda and Kirk, the kind that ends up going viral across all platforms. Insiders say Rasheeda agreed to film the confrontation but only under her terms. She allegedly told producers, "If I'm gonna talk about it, it's gonna be real. No fake drama, no scripted apologies." So when that day finally came, cameras rolled as the two sat down at Frost Bistro after hours. The restaurant was empty, dimly lit, just the two of them, face to face, no distractions. Kirk started off defensive, saying, "You embarrassed me. You got people out here thinking you stepping out on me." Rasheeda didn't flinch. She leaned back, arms crossed, and said, "Oh, so now you care about being embarrassed? Welcome to my world." Kirk went quiet. You could see it in his face, guilt, anger, confusion, all mixed up. He said, "You know I love you. Why you letting people play with our marriage?" Rasheeda looked him dead in the eyes and said, "I let people play with my name for years while I defended yours. You made our marriage a storyline before I ever did." That line hit hard. Even Kirk had to look away. Sources say production paused filming after Rasheeda got emotional. She wiped her eyes, took a deep breath, and said, "I'm not doing this for TV. I'm doing this for me. I'm tired." And just like that, fans knew the old Rasheeda was gone. The next day, clips from the confrontation leaked online, and fans were glued to every second. The top comment on one post said it best, "She's been quiet for too long. This is her breaking point." Kirk tried to save face with another live, saying, "Y'all don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Stop judging." But by then, it was too late. The public had chosen sides and almost everyone was riding with Rasheeda. Even Jasmine, yes, that Jasmine posted a cryptic message that had fans raising eyebrows. She wrote, "Sometimes people don't appreciate you till they see someone else doing it better." And that sent the internet into a tailspin. Because if Jasmine, the woman who was once at the center of Kirk's biggest scandal, is now throwing shade at him too, you know he messed up beyond repair. At this point, fans started calling for Rasheeda to get her own solo spin-off. No Kirk. No distractions, just the boss chick era. And honestly, that might be exactly what's coming next. By now, Atlanta was buzzing louder than a beehive. Every gossip page, podcast, and radio show couldn't stop talking about Rasheeda's leaked DMs, her rumored new man, and her bold transformation from devoted wife to untouchable boss. It wasn't just drama anymore, it had become a full-blown cultural moment. For years, Rasheeda had been labeled as the one who stayed, the woman who forgave, endured, and stood by her husband through public humiliation. But now, for the first time, people were seeing a Rasheeda who didn't owe anyone an explanation. A Rasheeda who was taking back her story. In the days after her emotional confrontation with Kirk, insiders said Rasheeda packed a small bag and left the Frost family home. No big fight, no shouting match, just quiet determination. She reportedly told Kirk, "I need space. Not to hurt you, but to remember who I am." Those words echoed across fan pages like a declaration of independence. Fans were reposting quotes, edits, and TikToks with captions like "Boss Chick Energy" activated. Even her boutique press started using the phrase in new marketing campaigns. It was like Rasheeda had unknowingly sparked a movement, women posting about self-worth, self-love, and walking away from toxic patterns. Meanwhile, Kirk's world was starting to crumble in slow motion. According to sources close to the Frost family, Kirk had been calling around, trying to reach Rasheeda, but she wasn't answering. He sent flowers to her store, left voicemails, even showed up at Frost Bistro hoping to talk things out. But Rasheeda had her assistant handle all communication. One witness claimed they saw her assistant hand Kirk a note that simply said, "Handle your mess, not mine." Phew, cold but fair. The tension hit a new high when Rasheeda dropped her first public statement since the scandal broke. In an exclusive interview with a popular women's magazine, she didn't confirm or deny the DMs, but said something that had everyone talking. "Sometimes people confuse loyalty with self-neglect. I've learned that you can love someone and still choose yourself." That quote went everywhere. Within hours, it was trending across social media, fans calling it the Rasheeda Manifesto. It was clear now, she wasn't playing the victim anymore. She was rewriting her legacy. But of course, no reality TV drama stays clean for long. A week later, Kirk did what everyone expected. He posted a family throwback picture on Instagram with the caption, "No matter what, family forever." Fans didn't buy it for a second. The comments were brutal. "Boy, please. Now you want to act sentimental. Family forever after you humiliated her for a decade." Kirk quickly limited the comments, but screenshots had already spread. Some fans called it a guilt post, others a manipulative PR move. And when Rasheeda didn't like or comment on it, the internet knew this wasn't reconciliation. This was damage control. Behind the scenes, however, things were even messier. Love and Hip Hop producers saw the buzz and reportedly called an emergency meeting. The DM scandal had brought in more attention than any storyline they'd planned for the season. They wanted to center the show's narrative on Rasheeda's reawakening, but she wasn't fully on board. A source revealed she told producers, "I'll film my truth, but I'm not making this another season of me crying over Kirk. That's over." She wanted creative control, and she might just get it. There were whispers that VH1 was considering giving her a solo special focusing on her businesses, brand growth, and life after love. While all this was unfolding, fans were still keeping a close eye on D.I., the mysterious man from the leaked DMs. His account stayed low-key, but every now and then, he'd post something cryptic, a song lyric, a quote, or a simple heart emoji. One day, he uploaded a photo of a wine glass with the caption, "Real recognizes real." That single post sent blogs spiraling again. Some claimed he and Rasheeda were still in contact, others insisted it was clout chasing. But either way, the connection was undeniable, and people couldn't stop talking about it. Then came another twist that nobody saw coming. During a charity event in downtown Atlanta, Rasheeda showed up looking stunning in a sleek white jumpsuit and who was spotted in the background, chatting casually with her team. Cameras caught them laughing together, and while nothing inappropriate happened, fans lost their minds. The blogs titled it "Rasheeda's Mystery Man Appears Again, Sparks Still Flying." The photo instantly went viral. Even celebrities were commenting. Erica Mena dropped a simple emoji under the post. Ari Fletcher wrote, "She done upgraded." Meanwhile, Kirk was reportedly furious. Insiders said he called Rasheeda that same night, demanding to know why she was embarrassing him in public again. She allegedly replied, "You embarrassed yourself years ago. I'm just living now." That line became a fan-favorite quote. Memes, shirts, even fan edits used it as the new Boss Chick anthem. By now, Rasheeda had become a symbol of empowerment. Her social media engagement skyrocketed. Every photo she posted, every quote she shared, fans dissected it like a message from a queen reclaiming her throne. One post in particular had everyone talking, a mirror selfie with the caption, "Healing looks good on me." That photo broke her personal engagement record. The comments section was filled with messages like, "The glope is real," and "Sis finally free." But just as the world was celebrating Rasheeda's liberation, Kirk made one final desperate move. He appeared on a podcast, claiming that the DMs were taken out of context and that the man in question was just a business associate. He went on to say, "People love tearing down a strong black couple. They want to see us fail." It might have sounded noble if it wasn't coming from the same man who had publicly cheated years before. Fans immediately called him out, saying he was trying to gaslight the situation again. The clip went viral, but not the way he hoped. Rasheeda's response: silence. No posts, no shade, no clapbacks, just that same unbothered peace she'd been projecting for weeks. And that silence. It spoke louder than any podcast rant ever could. Then, another surprise, Rasheeda announced a new business venture, a beauty collaboration with a major cosmetics brand. The campaign slogan, "Own Your Glow." Fans saw it as poetic justice. She had turned pain into profit, heartbreak into hustle. Her brand, her music, her name, all stronger than ever. Meanwhile, Kirk was fading into the background of the narrative he once controlled. But let's not forget, the story wasn't over. Rumors began swirling that Rasheeda and Dee were spotted again. This time in Miami. A blurry photo showed two figures that looked suspiciously like them, sitting at a rooftop restaurant. Whether it was really them or not, fans didn't care. They had already decided they wanted Rasheeda to find happiness, with or without Dee. One comment summed it up perfectly: even if it's just friendship, he treats her like she deserves, with respect. As the days turned into weeks, the buzz refused to die down. Rasheeda's name was everywhere: blogs, interviews, talk shows. People were calling her transformation the ultimate revenge globe. What had started as a scandal had turned into a rebranding masterclass. She didn't deny, she didn't confess, she let the story evolve while she kept stacking wins. And just when fans thought she might finally go public about everything, she surprised everyone again. She posted a teaser clip, a dimly lit studio, Rasheeda sitting in front of a mic, hair down, eyes fierce. Then her voice, "I've been silent long enough. Let's talk about it." Fade to black. The clip ended with the words, "Boss moves, coming soon." Fans went insane. Was it a documentary? A music video? A tell-all special? Nobody knew, but everyone wanted to. The comments section flooded instantly. "Drop it now. I need this tea. She about to end Kirk's PR career." Whatever it was, one thing was clear: Rasheeda was about to take full control of the narrative once and for all. And while Kirk tried to play it cool, sources said he was panicking behind the scenes. He reportedly reached out to producers to control how he was portrayed in the upcoming episodes of Love and Hip Hop, but they refused. The producers smelled ratings gold. They wanted the world to see the full unfiltered truth: Rasheeda's strength, Kirk's regret, and the messy fallout that followed. The streets of Atlanta were talking, the fans were watching, and the world was waiting. Because for the first time in a long time, Rasheeda Frost wasn't just part of the drama. She was the story. And baby, she was just getting started. The next few weeks turned into what fans now call the Rasheeda Renaissance. Every move she made was a headline. Every silence became a statement. The woman who once held her tongue while cameras captured her heartbreak was now running the show literally and figuratively. Her stores were packed, her streams were rising, and fans were calling for her to drop a new album. It was like she had taken all that pain, betrayal, and humiliation and turned it into gasoline. And honey, she was on fire. Behind the scenes though, things were still emotionally complicated. Sources close to Rasheeda said she was torn between her newfound independence and the remnants of her long history with Kirk. One insider shared, "She still loves him, but she's done tolerating the disrespect. She's realizing she can love him and still walk away." That's when fans noticed something subtle but powerful: Rasheeda stopped wearing her wedding ring. It wasn't a loud announcement or a dramatic reveal, it was just gone. And of course, fans noticed instantly. Under one of her latest Instagram posts, the top comment read, "No ring, no problem." Another said, "That left hand lookin' free and fine." The post went viral. Again, it seemed like every little change Rasheeda made was amplified by a million voices online. But this time, the voices weren't pitying her, they were cheering for her. Meanwhile, Kirk was scrambling to regain control. He had gone from being a longtime fixture in Rasheeda's narrative to being the man everyone blamed for her pain. Some fans even joked that Kirk accidentally rebranded his wife better than any marketing team could. Ouch, but there was some truth to it. The more he tried to explain, the worse he looked. The more he posted, the more people sided with Rasheeda. Desperate, Kirk tried another stunta family dinner that he invited the Love and Hip Hop cameras to film. His plan was to show a peaceful reconciliation moment between him, Rasheeda, and their kids. But sources say Rasheeda didn't show up. Instead, she sent a message through one of her team members that read, "I don't do PR dinners. I do peace." And with that, the producers scrapped the scene. Fans later heard about it through leaked crew gossip, and once again, Rasheeda came out looking like the hero of her own movie. But just as the dust seemed to settle, another bombshell dropped. A mysterious account leaked more screenshots, this time showing Rasheeda allegedly talking to someone labeled B. The messages were vague but intimate, full of flirtatious energy. One read, "You make me feel seen again," followed by a heart emoji. The internet exploded. Who was B? Was this a new player in the saga, or just a continuation of the earlier rumors? Rasheeda didn't confirm or deny anything. Instead, she posted a single Instagram story that said, "People will always try to dim your light once they realize they can't control it." No names, no explanations. But her fans got the message loud and clear. She wasn't going to let anyone shame her for finding happiness again. Still, gossip blogs had a field day. Some claimed B was a famous music producer she had recently collaborated with. Others said it was a wealthy Atlanta entrepreneur she met at a charity gala. Theories flew, receipts were analyzed, and YouTube channels were posting hour-long breakdowns about Rasheeda's love life. Through it all, Rasheeda remained calm, unbothered, focused. That's when she made her biggest move, yet announcing her first new single in years. The title, Unfiltered. The cover art showed her sitting in front of a cracked mirror. One side showing the glamorous boss chick, the other reflecting a raw, makeup-free version of herself. The caption read, "This time, I'm telling my story." Fans went wild. Within minutes, Unfiltered was trending on Twitter. Everyone knew this wasn't just a song. It was a statement. When the track finally dropped, it was pure fire. Rasheeda rapped about betrayal, rebuilding, and rebirth. One line stood out and had the internet in a frenzy. "You played me on TV. I played you in my lyrics. Now the cameras work for me. Period. Hugh." That bar alone had Kirk trending by association. Every lyric sounded like it came from a woman who had lived through the storm and was now standing tall in the sunlight. And here's the wildest part. D, the rumored man from the leaked DMS, posted a clip of himself vibing to the song, captioning it, "Art imitates life." Fans instantly went insane again. "He's claiming her," one commenter wrote. "This man really out here flirting through captions." Another added, "It became clear that even if Rasheeda wasn't confirming anything, her energy was matching the rumors. She wasn't running from the story anymore, she was using it." Kirk, on the other hand, seemed to spiral. Insiders said he felt betrayed by how quickly Rasheeda was reclaiming her narrative. He thought she'd eventually come back, like always, one source said. But this time, she's gone for real. There were even reports that Kirk tried to confront D at a private industry event, but security had to separate them. The clip didn't surface, but people who were there said it got tense fast. Kirk reportedly yelled, "You using my wife for clout?" And D allegedly responded, "She's not your wife if she's already gone." If true, that would have been the final nail in the coffin. Meanwhile, fans were eating it up like the juiciest soap opera on television. Memes flooded Twitter. Fan pages posted timelines of the entire Rasheeda saga. Even media outlets outside the love and hip-hop sphere started picking up the story. Rasheeda Frost's reinvention was suddenly a headline on lifestyle and women's empowerment blogs. She wasn't just gossip anymore. She was becoming a symbol of growth, evolution, and knowing your worth. But despite the public success, insiders said Rasheeda was still processing everything privately. A close friend told one blog, "She's learning how to be single again after years of being part of a brand. She's rediscovering who Rasheeda is without the Frost name attached." And maybe that's what made this story so relatable. Fans weren't just watching drama, they were watching a woman rise, stumble, and rise again. Then came one of the most emotional moments yet. During a new episode of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, Rasheeda finally sat down for a heart-to-heart with her mother, Ms. Shalene. Cameras captured Rasheeda opening up about the pain of the DM, the years of loyalty, and the exhaustion of always having to be strong. She said through tears, "I love Kirk. I'll always love him. But I can't keep loving someone who doesn't love me right, her mom, emotional but firm, replied. Then stop waiting for him to learn. He already had his lesson. Now it's your turn. The moment was raw, powerful, and had fans crying across social media. After that episode aired, Rasheeda posted one last cryptic message. Closure doesn't always mean conversation. Sometimes it means peace. And with that, she went silent again. No interviews, no new posts, no tweets, just peace. That silence, once again, set the internet ablaze. People speculated she was working on a new project, taking a break, or even preparing to officially announce her separation. But whatever it was, one thing was certain: she had the world waiting on her next move. Then, finally, weeks later, she posted a photo that broke the internet all over again. It was a simple black and white picture of her holding a microphone, looking fierce and confident, with a single caption, "The story continues." That post hit over 1 million likes in less than 24 hours. Fans flooded the comments with support, encouragement, and love. Even celebrities showed up. Candy Burus, Tiny Harris, and even Cardi B commented their support. At that point, Rasheeda didn't just own her story, she became the story. From leaked DMS to leaked empowerment, from heartbreak to headlines, from tears to triumph, she had flipped the script completely. But as every fan knows, when Rasheeda Frost goes quiet, something big is coming next. Because she's never been the type to fade away quietly. And with her track record, fans knew one thing for sure: if those DMS were the beginning of the drama, the next chapter was going to shake the whole industry. And let's be real, everyone's ready to watch. So now that everything's out in the open, the leaked DMS, the emotional confrontation, the mysterious new man, the glope, the silent moves, the comeback music, fans can't stop asking one question: what's next for Rasheeda Frost? Because let's be honest, this whole saga has been one wild ride, and Rasheeda has handled it like a true queen. From heartbreak to headlines, from being doubted to dominating the timeline, she's shown everyone exactly what boss energy looks like. The craziest part, through all the noise, the rumors, the tears, and the talk, Rasheeda never lost her cool. She never went online ranting, never posted messy screenshots, never dragged anyone through the mud. She did what real women do: she moved with grace, power, and silence. And that silence, it shook louder than any scandal ever could. Fans have been saying it best: Rasheeda didn't clear the rumors, she cleared the room. Now, whether or not those DMIs were real doesn't even matter anymore. What matters is what came after. Rasheeda took the same story meant to embarrass her and flipped it into her rebirth. She reminded everyone that no matter what people say, no matter who tries to play you, your worth isn't up for debate. And if we're being real, this whole saga didn't break her, it built her. Kirk, on the other hand, might still be trying to rewrite his part of the story. But let's face it, the fans have already chosen their side. They've made it clear: Rasheeda deserves peace, happiness, and maybe even a soft life after years of holding everything together. As one fan tweeted, "Rasheeda been the backbone for too long, it's time she becomes the priority." And honestly, that's the truth. But let's not forget, this story isn't just about gossip, it's about growth. Because if there's one thing Rasheeda's shown us, it's that you can survive betrayal, bounce back from heartbreak, and come out shining even brighter. She's living proof that you can't destroy a woman who's already rebuilt herself 100 times over. And now, with her rumored docuseries, Boss Moves, in the works, the world is waiting to see what she's going to reveal next. Will she finally confirm the truth behind the leaked DM? Will she address the mysterious D? Or will she keep everyone guessing while she keeps leveling up? Whatever she decides, one thing's for sure: Rasheeda Frost isn't done. Not even close. She's only getting started. Fans are already predicting what's next. Some think she's going to drop a tell-all book. Others swear she's working on a full album inspired by everything she's been through. And you know what? That wouldn't surprise anyone. Because Rasheeda has always turned pain into power. That's her trademark. Now, let's talk about you, the viewer. Yeah, you've been following every update, every rumor, every post. You've seen the glow-up, the shade, the mystery, the empowerment. So now it's your turn. What do you think is really going on behind the scenes? Are Rasheeda and D just friends? Or is there something deeper brewing? Do you think Kirk still has a chance to win her back? Or is that chapter closed for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because we're reading everything. And don't forget to hit that like button if you've been riding with Rasheeda through this roller coaster. If you love messy, love and hip-hop drama, boss chick comebacks, and real-life glow-ups that inspire, you already know this is the channel you need to be subscribed to. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now. And make sure your notifications are turned all the way on, because the next update in this saga is going to be explosive. Trust me, you don't want to miss it when the next piece of tea drops. And while you're here, let's give Rasheeda her flowers in the comments. Because no matter how the story twists and turns, one thing's clear: she didn't just survive the scandal, she owned it. She made it hers. That's real boss energy. So tell me, do you think Rasheeda's finally moving on for good, or do you think there's still unfinished business between her and Kirk? Should she give him one last chance? Or is it time for her to find someone who truly matches her energy? Sound off below, and let's get this discussion going, because the Frost saga is far from over. And baby, when the next episode drops, it's going to break the internet again. Until then, keep your tea hot, keep your notifications on. And remember, in the world of love and hip-hop, the drama never sleeps. And neither do we. This is your favorite channel for all things Rasheeda, Kirk, and Atlanta drama. Spilling the tea, breaking down the secrets, and keeping it real, one scandal at a time. So stay tuned, because the next chapter in this story, oh, it's coming, and it's going to be juicy. Now go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, drop your favorite Rasheeda moment in the comments, and tell us, what would you do if your DMS ever leaked? Because baby, if this story taught us anything, it's that sometimes the truth doesn't break you, it makes you. And for Rasheeda Frost, the comeback has only just begun.